You Don't Have to Quit, 20 Science-Backed Strategies to Help Your Loved One Drink Less. Written by Maureen Palmer and Michael Pond. Narrated by Maureen Palmer. Dedication. For Mom and Dad, who knew how to inspire resilience, perhaps the greatest gift they ever gave me. For Dr. Jeff Harries, who, while battling ALS, devoted his final years to educating clinicians about a compassionate and evidence-based approach to treating alcohol use disorder. He felt an urgency in this quest because of the unnecessary, ongoing suffering these people and their families endure. His legacy lives on in his wife, his 9 children, and the work of the Canadian Alcohol Use Disorder Society. And for Danielle, who never stopped trying. This is from Marilynne Robinson's novel, Jack. Shame was a very old habit with him. He had long considered it penitential, payment extracted in the form of steady, tolerable misery, against a debt he would never settle. The power of relationships. I am afraid of going home because I'm not sure what or who will greet me. I want to talk to him about drinking, but he gets angry and defensive. So how do I have a conversation where I can be effective in helping him cut back? Because I've made a documentary about my partner Mike Pond's struggle with alcohol. Because we'd already written a book about it. Because his entire therapy practice consists of those struggling with addiction and their families. Finding queries like this in my inbox is not unusual. What is unusual is the degree to which these queries exploded during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's an example of the stories Mike and I hear. During the initial lockdown, we began having 4 o'clock cocktails with neighbors in our cul-de-sac, our chairs 6 feet apart. Our alcohol use ramped up a lot during that first summer, but for me it got old quickly. Not so for my wife. Her 1 glass of wine every evening has increased to 3 or 4, even more. She says she needs it to de-stress. Her work went completely online during COVID-19, and she has not returned to the office since. After an afternoon of video calls, she starts drinking. She pours wine while we cook. She has another glass with dinner. Then, after the kids are in bed, she has her nightcap. I go to bed and she stays up and most nights continues to drink. I'm alarmed by the number of wine bottles in our recycling. I've tried to get her to reduce, and she attempts for a day or 2, then quickly slides back into heavier drinking. When I remark on it, she says she deserves it. Her drinking is not out of step with her friends. I've pleaded, nagged, and negotiated. I'm exhausted by the endless arguing, and I miss the partner she used to be. I'm becoming so resentful because this is not what I signed up for, yet I don't want to give up on her or the relationship. If you are locked in this kind of cycle with a loved one, you might feel frustrated, angry, scared, very much alone. But you are not alone. Millions of us are engaged in similar struggles. Surveys suggest that the number of those excessively drinking and binging soared during the pandemic, and past disasters tell us that drinking doesn't usually drop back to normal levels for at least 5 years after a cataclysmic event like COVID-19. The first year of the pandemic saw the greatest increase in alcohol sales in the U.S. in 50 years. Women reported a 41% increase in the number of days they drank heavily, which often means 4 or more drinks in a couple of hours. During this time, women's rates of heavy drinking eclipsed that of men. New data released in February of 2024 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, reveals that roughly 500 Americans died each day from alcohol use in 2021. About 178,000 people died in 2021 from excessive drinking, compared to 138,000 in 2016. And that's compared to an estimated 80,000 opioid overdose-related deaths in 2021. This is not some kind of macabre contest. It's just that I think while we're outraged by deaths associated with opioids, we've become complacent and accepting of alcohol-related deaths. Is this the price we're willing to pay to be able to enjoy our drink?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?